Hello and welcome to my channel. I am back rather quickly from my last video because she dropped another video. This one proves to be extremely disheartening. She's up to her old tricks and full of lies and misleading and twisting of narratives. Surprise, surprise. So I want to jump in here. This is my opinion. This is not to be held as fact. This is for your entertainment only. But here we go. So I will be using two videos. I'm going to use clips from two different videos, one from the end of March and one from last day or so. This first part, the first clips are going to be her telling basically the truth that she didn't speak with him, but then all the rest of the clips, she says verbiage that makes you think that she did talk to him, he did talk to her.
Hey everyone, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome to my channel. Well, it's long awaited. Many of you guys have noted that I have been talking about an interview that I completed with Derick Dillard. Now, I wanted to be able to deliver this to you with Derick speaking directly to you, but this is going to be me sort of summarizing our conversation. We spoke over email and via DMs in Twitter.
Note the use of the word spoke in referring to this interview, and the next little clip will be showing the time frame.
I reached out to him in January. He responded only this week. So,
see, it's dated March 27th of 2020. That is the video that she re-uploaded just the other day. It's also the where she begins this journey of sharing with all of us that she's interviewed Derick Dillard. Now, you could raise your hand if I could see you, if any of you that have followed her believe she's talked to Derick Dillard, that Derick Dillard has talked to her. That's not true. It never happened. She says it in this very beginning here of that one video, but it's never said again. All the rest of the time, she has said repeatedly, when she talked to Derick, when Derick commented to her, things like that. So this was just, that was the title of the video she just ran. So anyway, the overall reason to doing this is I know that it's been misled to everyone. There was one time, I forget when, I don't even remember what video, but she was asked if she was ever going to interview Derick again or if he'd talk to her again. And she said, "Oh, no, I don't think so." She kind of laughed and said, "No, I don't think him and I agree on very much." And I wish I could find that. If anybody has that, please send it over to me. But anyway, I'm going to show you through clips here of her using verbiage repeatedly to say they talked.
Hi guys. You guys, it's a Friday night and it's 10:15 and I just put my son to bed and I was just thinking about something. And I had this light bulb go off in my head because it was a day of reminiscing, of going through old videos, of re-uploading content onto the channel that I have covered this year.
This is the beginning of the video she did just this other day, and I left it in my video because I want to point out that it's later in the evening, she is drinking, she has been slurring, and her tongue is very thick, and that will be the case throughout this rest of these clips. So that is part of this, but it doesn't change that she's lying to you.
And one thing that we covered a lot this year was this sort of breakout of Jill Duggar and Derick Dillard. And I was just re-uploaded a video of him that I did an interview with. And if you don't know, I actually spoke to Derick Dillard.
This is where she uses the word spoke again and refers to the interview she did when she spoke to Derick. But it's not true. But watch how she works this.
Well before he and Jill came out and spoke about any of their stuff related to Jim Bob Duggar.
This is not well before. Derick had already been talking about this in 2019.
And I was watching all of this and I was like thinking to myself, I finally understand exactly what's going on here. I finally realize what they've been trying to say, and I finally get where this is all going and why this literally is.
We're just a few minutes in, if that, and notice how slow she's talking and how thick her tongue is getting. It's just terrible that she made this video.
He talked about how there was this underlying theme in all of our conversation.
He talked about in all of our conversation. Yeah, no, he didn't talk to her, and she's changing the narrative to make sure her audience believes there was a conversation. That's a lie. That's a false narrative. She does it all the time.
Derick Dillard made this comment.
You see, casually say, he made a comment, just brush that through. That's how you make it seem like a comment. That would be something in a conversation, not something that is written.
So in the contextual, like, here, I'll actually re-show you. Let me get this video up because I actually have it saved. I just re-uploaded it, but when he said this, I finally now, and look at how.
Watch how she does this. She's going to go to the video where the interview took place. Only she's going to be the one talking. Also, I wish I wouldn't have edited that clip so tightly because it's on the floor, but she tells us to look at how cute she is. Look how cute she is.
And it was in this interview, this was before, mind you, before Jill and Derick had spoken out, done any of their Q&As. This is well before any of their stuff related to anything. This was way before any of that. And let me just pull this up really quick.
She repeats that this was well before. It was before the Q&As they did this summer, but it's not well before Derick Dillard started talking. And listen to her tell us. She's just going to pull this video up real quick. The video of the supposed interview. It's in the little details that make for good lies. Little details she spins in there.
All right. So in the video that I interviewed him down here, right? He talked about being a part of the family business. So let me see if I can find it.
Down here, right here. Look right down here. That's him talking. No, it's me talking. But I'm saying his words. So there she is. In the interview, in the video of the interview where I interviewed him, it's now a ventriloquist act. We've got Katie interviewing Katie, and I believe she's well aware that it's tricky for people. She's pointing to the other video. This one here, where I did the interview.
Now, here's what he said. He said, I wish Amy could speak to what she wants to.
Now, here's what he said coming out of her mouth. Yeah, he said, if she had him saying anything, it'd be here. It could be in writing. It could be any way except her telling us what he said.
But then let me continue with what he had to say because I found this interesting. That gives me a lot of insight. Like if you're an adult and you're married and you have a machine behind you that is.
So there you go. This was Katie Joy showing you how to tap dance while doing the ballet, while turning cartwheels, balancing a spoon on her nose. She weaved and twisted and turned and misled the audience that she was interviewing him, that she talked to him. She never did, not once, not ever. If she had video of them talking or even audio of them talking, that's what she'd be producing. That's what she'd be showing everyone. But she can't. And I'm here to tell you that she has absolutely made up, if not bold-faced lied, with what she said were his answers. She has not shown one stick of evidence. She doesn't even show us the text messages or the DMs or the emails that would show everyone that at least those were his answers. She will not be able to produce a video or an audio with her and him conversing. That won't happen, but you can see this is what we're talking about right here. What angers so many of us is this ridiculous dance to sort of skirt it, sort of half-truth, sort of twist-turn. Didn't really probably ever out and outright lied, but I wanted to make sure the narrative was as confusing as all get out to tell the truth. And this is what I've watched her do over and over and over again. And tonight it was just blatantly in my face, blatantly. So you can see she's willing to blatantly lie that the narrative that she interviewed Derick Dillard was an oral interview. So here is a screenshot of what I guess is my interview with the Dillards. Laugh, laugh. It is a copy of the email that went between me and the Dillards. This is the entire front page, and I'm going to show you the top and the bottom so you can see the date clearly. So here's the top. The top, this is Jill responding to the redacted me regarding message from the Dillard family on March 26th of 20. So it's important, the date here, because I guess if I get an interview, I didn't know I should call this an interview based on Katie's version of what an interview is, this date kind of matters. So here's the bottom. It's signed Blessings, Derick Dillard. And the purple part is the top part of my email to them. And it's dated March 25th, 2020. March 25th it was sent. The Dillards responded March 26th. So I received a next day response. Apparently my interview drew their attention. Katie's interview, she said, was January. 2.5 months later, the end of March, is when she got her response. So whose interview did they pay attention to? I guess it would be mine if we're going to say that emails are interviews. I want you to understand that even if a sentence itself isn't a lie, multiple sentences used to say something false becomes a false narrative, which is a big lie.